Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another reaction video to our epic rap battles of history. And I'm not even going to try and do the thing. That's the thing.
Oh,
the dogs are
the
freaking.
dog just started barking when I did that.
Oh, man. We've officially scared the animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are checking out Nikola Tesla versus Thomas Edison.
Yes.
Surely to be a controversial one.
Yeah. Very controversial. Gotta say, two titans of the electronic industry. One really known as more for their patents.
Sure.
And the other known for being an ingenious inventor, which Tesla was, whereas Edison, while a decent inventor, was known for just patenting everything and saying, I did it first.
Sure. Which is pretty typical of history.
He's more of a businessman than an inventor.
Well, even that, I wouldn't really qualify as business. There's nothing really businessy about getting the government to hold a gun to people's heads because you say an idea is yours,
it's ridiculous.
But we're not biased here on
No.
the Renegade Couch.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get into a rant, before we even watch it, let's go for it.
All right. I've made even try.
Edison!
Peter just has it.
Nikola Tesla! We're gonna step up! You'll be shocked when I spit and start static. I'll rip your style and add it to my long list of patents. While you were busy digging ditches and burning bridges, I'm pumping out inventions, stacking riches, so go back to your pigeons. You're a geek, plagued by OCD. You never had sex, but you sure got screwed by me. I crushed you, Tesla. There's just no putting it gently. I don't alternate my flow. I diss you directly.
I see a universe of infinite energy, but no potential for threat from this enemy. So you can call me Tesla, Nikola, impeccably dressed, giving lessons in electrical nemesis. This will be on the test, so confess to your thefts and let the whole world know what the Serbian did for the Wizard of Menlo. History is getting rewritten, and I have read your best invention was a way to steal credit.
The truth hurts, you broke and washed up. Don't give a smidgen about your visions. If they can't make a buck, I conduct business. Understood, things you never could. So dope that I even make New Jersey look good. I'm on the record, I invented. You got duped there, I said it. Now bet you $50,000 that you'll never forget it. Without me, here's a taste of what this battle would be. No lights, no camera, no sound. See?
You fool, you think that you can touch me with this? You couldn't handle my gifts with your greedy little mind. What's inside mine was ahead of its own time. You did not steal from me, you stole me from mankind. It's a wireless transmission of truth, and it's a shocking real story of a banker with you. And if the people knew you stopped me from making power free, they would curse the Con Edison with every utility.
Whole world! Who's there? You decide!
So, yeah. Dang.
I feel like this one was pretty one-sided, actually. I mean, I got to give it to Tesla, and of course, I mean, most people that know anything about Edison and Tesla, most people come down more favorably on the side of Tesla.
Absolutely.
And it does seem like the writing was stacked in Tesla's favor because...
Yeah. I was going to say, when Edison just pretty much downvoted New Jersey, it's just
I mean, that wasn't really like a point on his
No,
side.
it
It was kind of
wasn't.
like a self-slam.
Yeah, it's just like, you can make New Jersey look good. So...
I never really understood that joke, like, because they did a lot in How I Met Your Mother too, like where like New York is awesome and Jersey's not, and I never understood.
Well,
that.
it's because Jersey's seen as it's kind of like how the San Fernando Valley is in California.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the droves who want to be famous and live in LA County have to soak in the San Fernando Valley. It's just like people who want to make it in New York have to deal with Jersey. That's what I've heard a lot of people say.
So it's just like a dumb stereotype.
Yeah, it's a dumb. It's like how a lot of the North views the South. Yeah, it's the people. It's like people in New York are just like, here's where the artists and everyone lives. Jersey, that's where everyone goes just to die. And it's just like a lot of the North thinks the South's just a bunch of dumb inbred hicks who tote guns around all the time and screw their sisters, but that's not a fair assumption. So are you saying, so should we assume that all Yankees are just a bunch of jerks who live in their high rises and spit on the rest of the world who aren't fortunate enough?
Well, to paraphrase Ayn Rand, I do believe that collectivist generalizations are inherently a fascist concept. So,
exactly. I believe that as well.
I always try to deal with individuals because
absolutely
that's all that really exists.
Well, individualism. I mean, heck, when you generalize and you group people together, you start to blur the lines between individuality, and you just tend to think of everyone as the same.
Sure.
But that's not how the world is. The world isn't black and white. The world is about 50 trillion different shades of gray. And you want to pretend like it's all black and white and it's all spelled out. It's not.
And that's generally how you let people get away with, like, genocide.
Yeah. Yeah. And overgeneralization, I mean, heck, I don't want to get into the whole debate about the flags and all this bull that's going on nowadays, because that is a generalization. The news media has generalized people who carry the rebel flag around, and they've generalized them as pretty much nothing but blatant racists.
Sure. Well, it's the battle flag of Tennessee, which was originally a Navy Jack flag to designate a maritime warship in the British Navy.
Yeah. And do you know the original Confederate flag? Well, CGP Grey came up with a video with this.
Sure.
I'll link it to this. I'll probably link it to this. That the Confederate flag that's touted so much isn't the original Confederate flag.
It's not the first, second,
it was
or
never
third
it was never
national.
even officially the Confederate flag to begin with.
Right.
Truth is, people have used that banner to signify, yeah, I'm a racist and I'm proud. But here's the same thing. Kids out there who wear Che Guevara shirts, does that mean that you hate black people and homosexuals?
He was a mass murderer who killed blacks and gays indiscriminately. Yeah.
Yes.
He's kind of a bad guy.
So,
not a good revolutionary. The only revolution I care about is alternating current.
Yes.
Which, if you know anything about Nikola Tesla, you're probably familiar with alternating current.
Yeah.
Whereas Edison was kind of all hung up on direct current.
Of course, because he wanted to control it.
Sure.
Where you know what Edison did. Edison did this, not Tesla. Edison electrocuted an elephant with 60,000 volts of direct current electricity, just to show people how dangerous it was. And if you didn't let me control it, this could happen to you.
Sure.
He did that. 1903, he electrocuted this creature, this elephant, that didn't do a single thing to harm him or anyone. He electrocutes the thing and it scorches it. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I know you got to send a message to let people know that to try and convince people of something. But if you would have done that today, they would have torched you in the street. They would have hung you from a lamppost and set you ablaze. Oh my gosh! And to think that guy pretty much controlled the entire power industry here in the United States.
Sure.
We're lucky we're still friggin' alive.
Well,
jeez.
Yeah, it's it's an old argument, and patents don't really do anything for innovation. They just do a lot to make money for one person or a small group of people, and I'm not really sure that they've been beneficial throughout history as a whole. And obviously, patents have been used to crush people like Nikola Tesla.
Yeah,
I mean,
inventors, people who wish to better the world and better the people within this world, give people something better, and instead industrialists and businessmen come in, swipe the idea away and say, oh no, this way works better because we make more money. Which, truth is, to them, money is God. That's it. Money is their God.
Which truly, even they're not even businessmen, because it doesn't really take a business mindset to get a patent and then have the government point a gun at everyone and say, you can't use this because this piece of paper says otherwise that's been filed with the patent office.
Yeah.
So,
It's
if you have no idea what we're talking about, just go look up Nikola Tesla.
Yeah. Look up him and look up Edison. I mean, the historical evidence is more than there to support what we're saying. and to support where Edison. Nikola Tesla wasn't a perfect individual either.
No, nobody was.
No, there's no such thing as a perfect person. See, Nikola Tesla actually believed in eugenics, which, there's a far cry of the belief in eugenics from the standpoint of Nikola Tesla and the aesthetic that Hitler chose to go with. That not everyone who believes in eugenics is a psychopath who wants to destroy everyone who they deem unworthy to belong to the gene pool.
Well, I think what most people are irate about is just the unfair treatment in regards to your history class in public schools. Because when I was going through public schools here, I heard a lot about Edison. I never heard a thing about Tesla.
Exactly. I didn't find out about Tesla till college.
Sure.
Yeah, I had a history professor, a world history professor, Dr. Jack Garland, who I'm not sure. I heard he passed away a few years ago, and that man introduced me to a lot in terms of world history and United States history that nobody talked about. And
sure, whether you agree with all their beliefs or not, there are some thinkers and innovators that have been purposely marginalized.
Who's a big modern day victim of that? Everyone's heard of Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people know about Wozniak.
Yeah.
And there was another guy, I forget his name. He invented so many codes of computer language that are being used nowadays, and nobody knows his name, but everyone knows Steve Jobs because he designed a lot of things. I say design because it's very easy for someone to come along and say, that's good, we'll use that. Sure. Okay, we're going with my design here. Don't get me wrong, Steve Jobs, good businessman, a good artist in a lot of ways. I've seen a lot of his early sketches on Apple designs and everything. But for you to paint him as like this innovator of everything, history is dictated by those in power, and especially nowadays because of governmental regulations and no child left behind. Well, I hate to say it, but all children are going to be left behind if this is the shit you're teaching them.
Yeah, especially the children overseas that you blow up with drones.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're getting a little
shots fired.
Yeah, we're getting a little deep there.
I mean, I think the people that have watched our channel realize that we're basically held hostage in our own country anymore. So
yeah, it's like, well, don't get me wrong. We're still fortunate to live in a pretty good country amongst good people, but the people who are in power do nothing for us. That's just how it is. Don't get me wrong. There's people in our community whom we love to death.
Oh, sure.
And everything. But most of the people who are in power do not give a crap about the American people. They only give a crap about themselves and the upper echelon. That's it.
I feel like that's a pretty obvious statement to the rest of the world at this point.
Yeah, I mean, obvious statement is obvious.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
All right. Well, I think we have derailed this train quite enough, so we will leave you all with that. We thank you for watching, and if you liked what you saw, we'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Check us out, and I guess that's pretty much got it for this one. So thank you, and we will see you next time.